Hey, it's Jag. Sanding. Lots and lots of sanding.
Yeah.
When I left off the last video, I hadn't had time to open up the pickup cavities again after putting the new top on. I said I was going to do that this video, but I'm not going to. What I want to do first is do some sanding cleanup. The old top, the original top on this, was actually so thin that the roundover actually rounded over a bit on the ash here as well. So I got a bit of cleanup. I got to maybe take down probably 1/4 mil at the most in some spots, just to make the top flush with the sides again. So I want to sand that and get that all flush and get everything looking good around here. Then I want to sand the top pretty close to where it only will need final sanding. The back is still actually in really good shape from the original sanding. I've got some mess to clean up from the re-glue of the top. I also have some glue in the cavities to clean out and a few other things like that. So I do have some housekeeping stuff to do as well. But I'll probably do that a little farther down the road. So like I say, for today, I'm going to get the sides sanded flush again, sand the top so it's close to final sanded. Other things I still have to do are to redo the arm carve and as I say, open up those cavities and whatnot. Also, I was not happy with the upper bout or cut, or with the lower cutaway on this, the way it originally was, or at least once I had started carving. I didn't feel like it gave enough room for my hand to get in here. So you might have noticed when I was recutting this, I did cut this down a little bit. So I need to do a little bit of reshaping here. And I also have this access carve here now to match with the new top as well. So my main goals are to get the top and sides flush again. And get the top, the face sanded, so that all I have left to do is the finish sanding once I'm done everything else on the guitar. So that said, here we go.
Some of this is black and some's white. We run around green and gray, painting canvases every night, when the light looks better by day. Does that move you? Still young, so if that moves you too, we must be the same shade of gold. Some of this is right and some's wrong. Some might even be true. It's tough to get the picture, la la, in a world that's so blue. Does that move you? Say so. If that moves you too, we must be the same shade of gold, the same shade of gold.
Well, like I said, sanding. Lots and lots of sanding. A bit of on-the-fly reshaping because I did have some pretty significant gaps under the new top where the ash had kind of curved a bit from the old roundover. Overall, it turned out great. The shape still looks like the shape I designed. It's feeling really good. I coarse sanded the edges on my rigid sander. And also did a little bit of sanding with the with 80 grit on one of the palm sanders. So I'm really liking the way that the edges are looking now. You can see on there how that's turned out. So of course right here is where the arm carve is going to be. So I didn't do any real sanding here. Belly carve is still fine on the back. And top cutaway. And also I still have to do some shaping in there where I did the access carve. Top is sanded 80 grit, nice and smooth and flat. You can see it there. It got some nice shine coming off of it, considering that's only at 80 grit. Took quite a bit of sanding to get the glue line in the middle to disappear. The two halves were, one half was just a little bit thicker. But I got that. I went over it with a straight edge. There's maybe 1/4 of a mil, maybe just a little more, of a very slight and quite smooth dish, because I was trying to spend as much time over the whole top to keep it level. I'm not too worried about that right now because I still have to do some sanding around the edges. I have to do the arm carve. And I can come in with a sander with some with a palm sander with some 80 grit here, just on the sides. Spend a little extra time, and it'll flatten out in no time at all. I'm liking the new top. The figuring is pretty nice on there. It's very similar to the original top. They were both cut from the same piece, so I would expect that. So that's all I have time for today. Next video, I didn't have time to clean up the back either. So next video, I will be cleaning up the back. I will just double check. Oh, I forgot. I did round the neck heel so that it would fit in the pocket. I was going to chisel the pocket square, I had said, but since the corners of the neck were already slightly rounded from the original carve, I decided to do the round over on them rather than mess with the pocket, and I'm really happy with that because it fits in there perfectly. You don't see the seam at all in there. You probably can't see that on the camera, but it's a nice joint there. So that's looking good. I am sticking with a bolt-on. Neil convinced me again. So I'm not going to glue this in. It will be a bolt-on. So next video, I'm going to probably do the arm carve and this upper access carve. Clean up the back of the body. It's still got glue on there, and clean the glue out of the cavities. I'll probably run around it with a router and just skim a little bit off to get that glue out of there in the cavities. I'll have to re-drill for the string through, and I'll probably drill for the ferrules really soon too. If there's time, I'll open up the cavities for the humbuckers. So good day's worth of work. Feels really like I'm back on the guitar building today. It kind of has been sort of touch and go until I got it to this point, for me anyway. And of course, GGBO 2023 is in full swing. I'm definitely not going to make make it to a build for 2023 GGBO. This is, and probably a bunch of you at this point are wondering, why is there still a GGBO 2022? Did I get lost? Not exactly. But this is my 2022 build, and I want to finish it rather than have the distraction of starting over a whole new guitar for 2023. So I will be back next year, and this 2022 build will be done sometime in the next probably couple of months. So, like always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please check my band One Soul Thrust. The links are below. We have some interesting things coming up for One Soul Thrust later in this year. I had already talked about the video for Yes from our most recent album, Slaves to the Sky, Masters to the Mess. That will be coming along probably toward the end of this year or early next year. But before that, we have kind of a special thing, a special announcement. We're making some changes, and that's coming up soon. So keep an eye over there on One Soul Thrust for that news. That should be coming sometime soon. And for all of you who are watching me, following me with my guitar build, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of the likes and the followers I have and the advice I'm getting from people. And I'm, like I say, really feeling like I'm back in the game. So, like always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.